ARK has an insane amount of exploits that still have not been fixed to this day, and a lot of new ones that we have discovered. Shout out to See the Rain for the majority of these on this list. I came up I think with like 2 of them, but all the rest are his ideas and his designs that he found. Bro is like the exploit master. I don't know what's going on there, but shout out to him for all of this. So yeah, we have gathered 10 broken PvP exploits that ARK needs to fix. And when I mean broken, I mean like this is game breaking to the point where if I was playing PvP, I wouldn't want to play anymore. That's how broken that these are. So starting off right here, as you can see, this is our first method, and this, well, is the ability to build as far out as you possibly want. Let me go ahead and take off this wall to show you this. And well, it's literally this easy. I can just build out here. I have no mods on for anything right now, but I can build out as far as I possibly want. There is no limit on how far out that I can build. So you can practically build bridges and all kinds of stuff across a giant pathway with no support. And when I mean no support, I literally mean there's nothing supporting this at all. You can build halfway stuff, I think. You can't even really do that, to be honest. Yeah, you can't even build half. So actually, you can build bridges. It's just a 1-pillar bridge. And this is using a regular metal pillar, by the way. This isn't even sideways. Pretty insane about this, though. This method is very simple to do, except I felt that See the Rain didn't fully explain it properly about how to build this. It was a little confusing as well. But let me show you how to actually do this. So you have to use the template hammer. So if you don't have the paid version of Lost Colony, well, womp womp. Sorry for you, but you can't do it. So here is mine, and it is called, horizontal pillar. So basically, you just place this down, and I'll teach you how to build this as well. So don't think I'm just gonna, not teach you. But all you have to do is just place it down like this, press build, complete, and you're done. It's literally that simple. And you can attach pillars to this thing. As you can see, literally no strings attached. It's that easy to build. So here's how to do it. Now this works better on flat environments, so if you can try to find a flat environment, I'd highly recommend it. And well, this is all you gotta do. Build your foundations like this. You're gonna wanna do this. Make sure to get a ladder. This needs to be as accurate as possible, otherwise you're gonna run into issues. Get your spike wall, put it all the way down. It's gonna be curved slightly, it's just how it is. Then place your, metal fence foundation. All right, and now once you have this, I turned off the grass to make it a little bit easier to see, but you should have a sideways fence foundation just like this. Now go ahead and pick up literally everything here that we just placed down. You don't need this anymore. Well, you're still gonna need to make a different version of this. So you'll notice you can't put any foundations on it. Well, you have to go ahead and get a wall from your inventory, drag it out here, place your wall down, then go ahead and put your foundation down. Pretty simple, right? Well, not fully. Now you have to go ahead and place down another ramp. It should be practically vertical, just like this, and get your spike wall. Now this part doesn't really matter. Make sure that you are not on snap mode. It's just getting an angle like that. That's what you need. It doesn't really matter which way, because you can place this anywhere. Then go ahead and get another one of these fence foundations, and you're gonna need to find the snap point, which is incredibly hard to do. Now I don't even know if that got sideways or not. Yep, okay, so that is fully sideways. It's fully flush with the ground. If you're on official, sorry, it's gonna be a little difficult to do. Now once you have this, go ahead and basically put down a wall and pick up everything that we just did over here. These no longer matter at all. So get your metal fence foundation sideways, get your wall right here. Now go ahead and place down a pillar. You have to use, I believe, a sideways one. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Never mind, foundation first, then your pillar. That's how you do it. Make sure to get a thick pillar. Unless you want to use a thin pillar, it's up to you. Just use a regular metal beam, place it down there, pick up your foundation. Put down a vertical pillar first, and actually that should be enough. Yeah, okay, so if that didn't work for you the first time, try the vertical method just to get this kind of pillar. Yep, pick up your metal fence foundation, build a second one first before you do it, just because it might break. Now go ahead and select it with your template tool. Then go ahead and press E, then hit R to save. And I'm just gonna do this, pillar video subscribe. Hear that, guys? Subscribe, please. I need it. Anyways, now that you have that saved, hit E one time. Sorry, hit R one time to go ahead and click select template. Now go over here and find pillar video subscribe. Make sure to save it. Then as you can see, all you have to do is just place it down. Press build, press complete, and you're done. It's literally that simple. Now just get more pillars and connect them. It is literally that simple, guys. I mean, it's incredibly simple to do. Very, very easy tactic. So let's go on to the next one. Now, we have a bit of a problem with this one, and this one quite literally can break the game, but it can kind of be countered easily. I don't know, a little debatable. Anyways, all you need is a battle rig garage and a car. So go ahead and craft yourself a car or make a stored one. I'm just gonna make a new one just to show you this is not modded in any way. Now for the bed, it has to be this bed. It has to be the first racer bed. If it's not a racer bed, it's not gonna work, I don't think. Go ahead and get your wheels. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. Doesn't need a front end. Just go ahead and craft it however you want. Just make sure that it has that bed on the back. Now go ahead and take your little car off of here. Now, if you guys are also wondering, this is a flat map. You can go check it out on the mods list. I see many comments about it. Just look up flat map and you'll find this. But yeah, all you need to do is hop out, get a treasure chest, put it on the back, and get on super quickly. Now, funny enough, you're probably sitting here, well, it's just a treasure chest, right? Well, no. So when you go ahead and drive it into stuff, it doesn't always work, but it breaks like rocks and trees and stuff. I don't think it breaks I don't think it breaks your structures. It just breaks enemy structures. But when you hop out, not even kidding you, this is what happens. I'm not joking. You can't walk up to this at all. Like, you can't even get close to your car. Like, you are permanently stuck around this giant barrier. And I'm not kidding. Like, I'm going full speed into this just to show you. See if I can go above it. Yeah, so here we go. As you can see, I'm literally, like, I'm not even kidding. I'm floating on top of this. Now, it can be countered very easily because I say this. You can just damage it from up here. So that's probably the biggest issue, and you can pick it up, and then as you can see, you fall right back down. That's just to show proof that this is functioning, and I'm not causing this. Like, yeah, I'm stuck in this, by the way, but you get teleported up, which you'll just get kicked for meshing. So if you want to, if you have somebody trying to raid your base, place down a battle rig car and put a treasure chest on it, and it might actually kick them from the game thinking that they're meshing, or it'll just crash their game from them being stuck, or they'll just be stuck and they can't do anything. Pretty overpowered, very, very broken, and shocked that ARK has not fixed this. This has been out for quite a while and not a lot of people have known about it. So yeah, a little bit insane. Now, exploits play a major role in just a lot of stress on just official servers, unofficial, all kinds of stuff. If this is also giving you stress, go ahead and check out Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code OUTCAST for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Next up, we have the floating train car method. Now, I tried many different versions of this to try to get it, but See the Brain was the one that came up with this one, and this one was interesting because he tried to explain it, and it was very hard to make, but I got it to function. So as you can see, what this does, it basically gives you a floating train car. These train cars have quite a bit of health and can't really be destroyed that easily, but here's the thing, they float up in the air. You can't attach any cars to this, sadly, but this will float literally anywhere that you want in the air. You can do it all the way at the limit on the sky, you can do it on the ground, you can do it underground, you can do it literally anywhere that you want. And, well, you can build stuff on it. I mean, you can build a full-size base on here. You can't put too many things on here because you know of the limits, but you can build a full base on here and function and live out of this. Slight issue though is that you can't put any turrets on here, so it's hard to defend this. Probably the only issue here, but you can figure that part out. I'm sure somebody will come up with something for this. But how to do this, you will need the template hammer. So again, for you people that don't like to pay for stuff on ARK, unfortunately, you can't do this. This template tool is probably the most broken thing in the game right now. ARK needs to remove it, simple as that, but they're not going to because, you know, money. Anyways, I went ahead and saved this. It was train 7, I believe. Yes, it was. I believe it's train 7. Yeah, so it's train 7. This is a little ghetto looking, but it does function if you can get it right. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to build it. You don't have to use this bottom one. I just did this for the top one, but this is literally all that you have to do. And, well, you can just pick up everything and the train car will float just like that. It's literally that simple. Kind of insane that they have not patched this. I mean, it's ridiculous. So here's how to do this. Now, this is a little tricky to get, but I did get it after some time. And well, here's how you do it. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and place down the train track first. So I'll start over here so I don't get any, snapping issues. Place down your train car, and I'll put down, I went ahead and did 3 just to fit the train and all that. Then you're gonna need to get a locomotive, which is just the train. Place that down on the tracks. Now you need charcoal to power the train, I believe. Yes, it's charcoal. Put your charcoal in here, move it forward so you can spawn in your train car. Now get your train car and attach it to the back, just like this. Okay, now that you have all this, you're gonna wanna find a good little sweet spot and use a metal half pillar. This has to be a half pillar, otherwise it will not work. So get yourself a half pillar. That is the only way that this will function. Find yourself a good spot. I'm gonna use right about there. Now attach 2 half pillars like this. And actually, never mind. Do not do this. Only put down 1 for now. And then you can put the second one down here in a minute. Back your locomotive up onto that. Let's hope it doesn't get stuck on it. Okay, good. It didn't. So it is hard to find it. I recommend kind of building in a different spot to kind of get it, but it doesn't have to be centered. It really doesn't matter. So find your snap point. So my snap point's right there. I need to move back just a little bit more. You don't have to. Just make me feel a little bit better about myself. I will. So here it is. That's pretty centralized. You know what? Just for the meme of it, just for the fun of it, let's get it centralized. Oh my god, that messed it up. All right, that's pretty central. Yeah, that's good enough. Place down your second one. Then put down a ceiling, make sure that it is almost touching the locomotive train car, and well, get your template hammer. Simply select, select, and select. You only need those 3, then go to save, and then let's do train subscribe. Again, subscribe, you guys have to. You know what, I'm gonna sit here for 5 seconds. If you do not hit that subscribe button, ARK will release Aquatica 2. Yep, I said it. Now you have to hit subscribe, because I know nobody wants the second version of Aquatica. Ooh, a little scary, I know. So, yeah, hit subscribe. Anyways, there you go. Hit save, and now go ahead and hit build. Actually, first, let's go ahead and build up first, so I can show you. So, let's get a bunch of pillars, and let's get the regular size pillars. And let's build up to sky limit. I'm going to build up as high as I possibly can, just to show you that this works at any limit. Okay, I got lazy. I only built up about halfway, but I'm just a little lazy here. Anyways, let's go ahead and place this down. So go ahead and find, where was it? Train subscribe, place, and attach it to the pillar. Press build, build, and you have to build. See, this is the tricky part, is that you have issues like this that happen. So trying to get it lined up is a bit of a pain. It is possible though, you just gotta get that snap point properly. Okay, this one might not be possible. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, well, let's go ahead and redo this. I'm gonna redo this entire build to try and get it right. But if you guys want to just skip over it, keep moving it in different positions along the track until you get one that actually snaps in place and allows you to build every single one of these. So, for example, I will show you one that is already finished just to show you proof that this actually does work. Oh, no nearby foundation support. Okay, well, we can go ahead and fix this, but if you want to fix the foundation support, use a tech bunker, by the way. Unless they patched it, they might have patched it. No, they patched it! Okay, so the reason why it wouldn't let me do that is because they fixed the problem with building up on the top of the map. Unfortunate, but there are ways around it, which again, I will show here soon. So anyways, go ahead and place it. So this should place, oh god, it should place perfectly. If I can, okay, there we go. So let's do train subscribe. Let's see if this one wants to work today. There it goes, except I can't get the train car now. See, that's the problem. It doesn't always want to hit that marker for some reason. So let's go ahead and redo this. So let's complete. And let's try this again with train 7, because I know that train 7 is working. It was just working. Yep, there you go. So as you can see, you got to get it in that right point. Like for this one to work, I got it right there in that corner. And well, here's all that you got to do now. Pick it up and your train car is floating. It's that simple. It's a little bit more complicated than the others, but relatively pretty easy to build. So yeah, if you want to have a nice little floating base somewhere, highly recommend it. Now I do want to try something really quick. This is going to be an interesting one. So let's try and build a bunch of platforms, and let's try to just connect a bunch of trains together. Might sound kind of wild, but I feel like this might work in a way. Oh my god, wait a minute. Did I just figure something out? Wait a minute, I just figured something out. Okay, well, you no longer have limits about how much that you want to build on the train cars because you can build infinite amounts of these. So yeah, well, I just figured out a crazy exploit that I didn't even think about covering until literally just now. But yeah, you can quite literally build as many of these as you possibly want and have them floating in the sky. Now, I want to test out something. Let's test out some C4 on this. How much C4 does one of these trains actually take? Oh. Well, they're definitely not strong, I'll say that, but if you have a bunch of these, just saying, you could use it to kind of build an arc net over your base or something. Just saying, you know, just saying. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now, something kind of funny that I came up with. Alright, now something kind of funny that I found, well, technically See the Rain found, is this method with the battle rig that pretty much makes it indestructible. There's no way to destroy this, and you can block off entire bases. And there's literally nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that can stop this at all. Like, this is probably the most broken thing on this list. So let's go ahead and, well, let's go ahead and craft one of these again. And place down. Oh, okay, well, here's the issue with it, actually. So this is what causes this. But let me redo this again because it didn't want to fully function here. So get your battle rig, garage. Now go ahead and make yourself one of these. Now I can drive this, so let's go ahead and get out of here. And let me show you this crazy thing that is broken that needs to be patched like this second. This video will get this patched, by the way, just saying. So sorry to everybody that has been using this. So go ahead and use the template hammer, select it, go to save. I'm gonna do battle rig subscribe. Again, subscribe. Okay, now once you have it saved, go ahead and click select template. Now find your battle rig, subscribe, and place. Now this is a little tricky to get, but if you can get this over the battle rig and get it to attach, like for example, I just attached, and you can get this to place about right there. Okay, it didn't want to do it there for some reason. Let's try and redo this. So let's try to get it like pretty much centered. Perfect. And that's really about all that you can do. Now it is a little tricky to get inside. Like, yeah, I kind of messed this up. So let's demolish this again. And let's try and redo this. Okay. So it didn't want to function for some reason. So let's go ahead, battle rig subscribe. Let's place it on the back. Push it down so that you're able to actually ride on it. See, it didn't want to do it again. It's tricky. It's not wanting to listen for some reason. Yeah, it's not listening. Place on it. And I mean, we can put it up just so you're able to actually get in there. Yeah, I'll do that this time just so you're able to actually get in the car, because it doesn't want to function. Now go under it, and you can do it. You just got to get the right angle on it. Now here's the funny thing about this. When it's attached, you can drive around with this literally on it. I'm not even kidding. You can drive into structures. You can do pretty much anything that you want with it. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that the template itself is an actual structure? Yeah, this is an actual structure. Yes, it decays, but you can't damage it. You literally cannot damage this at all. You can place hundreds of these battle rigs. It's a little expensive, but you can place hundreds of these battle rigs down, and enemies can't do anything about this. This cannot be destroyed. There's nothing that you can do to stop this. Could you imagine if somebody put this on your entrance of your base? You'd be permanently stuck in there. You can't leave, at least for 3 days until it decays. Unless the tribe member is on. But there's nothing that you can do to stop this. I mean, it is completely broken. I don't know how the ARK developers have overlooked this. I mean, this is just insane. But shout out to See the Rain for finding this. This is probably one of the craziest ones so far. But yeah, you can just place infinite amounts of these and, well, make it practically impossible to do anything on ARK. So if you want to block off a spawn that you don't want, people messing with, bring this to it. If you want to get a dino stuck that you want to go tame later, bring this to it. The possibilities are just endless. It's just insane to me. Another fun thing that you can do with the battle rig garage is, well, it's a very simple one, and that is stacking them. For some odd reason, ARK allows you to basically, snap them together, right? Yeah, all that. Except, it allows you to stack it on top of each other, which I find very interesting. I don't know why you're able to do this. So if you want to, you know, try and build up to a base, you can do that by simply just building them on top of each other. It's definitely an interesting way to get onto somebody's base, but what they didn't overthink was the fact that you can literally staircase to someone's base by doing this. It's literally this simple. You just place it on the edges. You can build it however you really want, to be honest, and you quite literally staircase up to a person's base. And by the way, if there's foundations in the way, it doesn't matter. These can still be placed in that same range. I mean, it can't be on their foundations, of course, but it doesn't count as a foundation, meaning you can place it pretty close to the enemy foundations. And yeah, you can staircase literally onto somebody's base. There's no foundation support, by the way. Biggest issue with this is that these are very weak. It's only 500 damage, meaning a tech rifle takes 5 hits, and this thing's pretty much gone. It's damaged. It's done. But the more interesting thing is that you can deploy vehicles out of here and fly them onto a person's base. And the funny thing about this, well, let's go ahead and let's build another rig really quick. Here's a rig. Now, what's kind of wondering, can you put C4 on here? And how much C4 could you put? Okay, so no, you can't put C4, it looks like. Well, can you? I don't know, actually. Wait. Did I just invent floating C4? Wait a minute. What? I just found another exploit while recording. That's crazy. Well, I figured out how to make floating C4, but no, you cannot. But you can still drive it onto a person's base. So if you put, like, I don't know, something in the back on, you know, in it, or just drop them onto a person's base, yes, they get destroyed, but it's still a pretty good way to soak turrets, just for a second at least, you know. But I mean, these things can take a good chunk of hit from turrets, so I don't know. Definitely an interesting method. You can use it for what you think might work. Just know these are very weak and they can destroy them pretty quickly. Now this one's kind of interesting as well. This is train track stacking. It's used the same way as the battle rigs, except these are interesting because you can do something that is a little overpowered. So when you put down a train track like this, you know, you can place it on the ground, should it go anywhere. You can build, well, these pillars. And with these pillars, you can keep stacking train tracks on top of them. Oops, I just got stuck in it. But I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say here. You can stack train tracks as high as you possibly want. So, for example, I don't even think they need foundation support either. Oh, it keeps trying to place down. So, hypothetically speaking, I could just do this and build up to somebody's base. And keep doing it, by the way. And keep building to this person's base. Kind of insane if you ask me. But, yeah. So, you can literally just keep building upwards. There's nothing that's stopping you either. Because this still all counts as foundation support somehow. I don't know how ARK oversaw this method, but they somehow did. And when you place it, I mean, you can see this is all being held up from this little guy. So yeah, if a person's base is right here, and you're like, oh no, the foundation support ran out, you can just do this. It's insane. And what's even crazier to me, if you come in here and you craft a generator, you can place the generator literally on top. You can put a generator up here. Which, if you don't know what I'm trying to say here, is that you can put an element in here, turn it on, and you can quite literally put turrets down. You can put turrets down on the side of this. You can put turrets pretty much anywhere that you want, and they function. So yeah, bit broken, isn't it? So you can literally build over somebody's base and build a full ARK net of turrets, if you can figure out how to get it properly, and basically build straight over their base. So yeah, bit of a problem. Now I do want to test something out, and that is, how much does a tech rifle do to this? So, I mean, you can get in their turret range where they can't shoot rockets at you, they can't C4 it, and the tech rifle would technically get shot by this, but let's say that they were able to get a hold of one of these. How long would it take for them to take this down? That's a little OP to me, man. But you could destroy a pillar pretty quickly. I mean, even with tech rifle, you can't. This is actually kind of overpowered. I mean, if you have turrets on every single part of this, they can't tech rifle it, they can't rocket it, they have to C4 the base of it. So if you have the base of this actually filled up properly, people can't get it. They can't take this down. There's literally no taking this down at all. As long as you know how to properly build this. And can you attach ceilings and all this to this? Okay, no, you can't put ceilings down, unfortunately. You can probably put ceilings down like over here. No, you can't even do that. So yeah, that is the only downside with this, is that you can't put ceilings and stuff down. But if you build the base properly and you know, build just a giant dome around it, or even just use a force field, it's kind of crazy. Wait, hold on. Can you put a force field up here? Kind of want to test this really quick. Could you hypothetically put a force field? Oh my god, you can put a force field. This is insane, actually. This method actually might break ARK pretty bad. Well, sorry to anybody that's been using this for a while. It's most likely going to get patched now. Hi, Wildcard. Nice to see ya. Now, this one is a bit of a weirder one, but it basically uses plant pots. Now, these are enemy foundations, to be fair. I mean, these are enemy plant pots. Now, what this does is it basically blocks your ability to place foundations. Now, this may sound really weird. Why is this an exploit? Well, it's an exploit because people can place these anywhere that they want, and they can even place them in the mesh. So if you have 1,000 of these all spammed around by some tribe, you can't find them all, and you have no enemy, you have no radius until you're literally right here to place it down. So let's go onto a regular map so I can actually show you, you know, what I mean more like this. Okay, so for example, this is the center by green knob. Let's just place a bunch of these pots, kind of hide them around, you know, make them very hard to spot. And I'll show you what I mean by this. I mean, you can put them in bushes. This is a bad example of a spot to put them because rocks are kind of getting in the way. But if you find the areas of mesh that you really just can't build in, you can't see these. Like, they're invisible and they blend into the mesh so perfectly, a tribe would never find them. So that is the biggest problem. So let's go ahead and die, and I'll get out of this tribe and show you what I mean. So here's a good example of this. So I have a bunch of pots all hidden around here, and as you can see, I can't place my I can't place my foundation. Almost said enemy foundation. But as you can see, you can't see the pots. If you look closely, you can find them, but they can hide them in bushes. You can hide them. Like, a better example would just be on a cliffside. Like, let me show you. So you can see how you have all these little ledges right here. For example, if you get the right angle, you can put a plant pot pretty much right there. You can put it anywhere that you want. And why this is an exploit is because you can practically hide them in the mesh, and no one's ever gonna find them, and it interrupts enemy, you know, structures. It interrupts how the enemy is trying to build, which actually helps you a lot if you do this. But if a really big tribe does this on official and they block off literally the entire map, you can't build, and there's nothing that you can do unless you find all 1,000 plant pots, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why this is an exploit. Now, probably one of the weirdest things on this list for exploits is the beehive. As you can see, here is your average beehive, right? You know, you can just place it down, works as a beehive, great. Well, a few updates ago, ARK accidentally broke it, and broke it pretty bad. Now, the beehive can be placed not only on the ground, but also in the sky. Yeah, you can put it down literally anywhere that you want. You can staircase with it. You can do kind of whatever you want, and it doesn't matter. And you can keep climbing these, by the way. They have an actual structure, so you can kind of sit on top of them and kind of work with this. Definitely an interesting one, I'll say that. But like, I can go all the way up to border limit, place one down, no issues, sit on top of this. So if you're looking for a good logout area, just go up to the sky and put a beehive down. I never thought I'd say that, but like, here's the border. You can literally actually build it into the border, by the way, which is definitely interesting. I don't think you can access it. Actually, if only you could store actual items in here. Wait, can you? No, okay, I was about to say, if you could store actual items in here, this would be crazy overpowered. Like, crazy overpowered. Yeah, no, you can't put it like up or anything. So yeah, these are definitely not meant to be built up here, but they work pretty well. So I'm gonna try to construct a little tiny base with this, just to see if I can build something where you can just log out on or something. I really don't know. But yeah, I mean, you can have a PT on here. You could log out and log back in, and you're chilling. I mean, nobody should find you. Even if they find you, these aren't the easiest things to destroy by hand. So you can just log out if you're bored. You're like, oh, I don't know where a good logout spot is, and you're solo. make a bunch of beehives and go up to the top of the map, and yeah. Definitely a weird one. Now, speaking of beehives comes a whole nother issue, and that is giant bees. Now, if you spawn in enough bees or you tame enough bees, it actually crashes the server. And this works on any server, by the way. So I'll put on stat FPS just to show you. My frames per second are about 130-ish. Now, let's just keep spawning these bees. Let's go ahead and just spawn a bunch of these. The slight issue, though, is that they spawn inside of themselves, so you kind of got to be careful how you spawn them. So I'm going to spawn a bunch of them, and let's see how low I can get my FPS when these guys move. Alright, I think we're at about 20. FPS, it's going up and down. It's kind of strange, but it is definitely moving. So we're just going to keep spawning them. I'm going to try it with giant bees now, though, with the queen bees. Okay, so yeah, as you can see from these guys, they don't really lag you as bad, right? Well, let me show you this one. Where are all the bees going? They're like going away. So these are giant queen bees. As you can see, FPS already went down to 120. FPS is steady at 120 again. It's definitely hurting slightly, but it's staying about the same. It ain't doing too bad. So let's spawn a bunch of these guys. Now let's see what happens with FPS. By the way, I have an amazing computer, so this might actually be pretty difficult for me. But for your average ARK player, it shouldn't be that hard to crash their game with this. So I'm going to spawn a good chunk of them, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here's about 30 of them. And actually, it's not really affecting me that bad. So I'll kind of leave them all here. Oh, they're all going to want to fly away. Yep. Okay, let's just spawn a crazy amount of them. Okay. Well, it's kind of limiting me. But actually, it's not lagging my game. I don't know. FPS is starting to drop. Okay, yeah, we're getting down into the hundreds now. Okay. FPS is starting to hurt. Where are you guys going? Hello? Guys, I didn't say you guys could leave. Okay, now we're seeing an actual FPS. Pretty big drop right now. I'm sitting at about 60 FPS now. 70 to 60 FPS. So we are seeing a difference happen now. Okay, this is about roughly 50 bees. And you can see my frames per second. 70-ish, but it is fluctuating. And shockingly, this is actually still running pretty good for me. For anybody with a decent computer, I guarantee you it's not going to run great for you. But yeah, if you're looking to build a lag machine, it doesn't want to work for me, but I will show a clip of what it's supposed to do. And yeah, it's a little rough, I'll just say that. I mean, it drops significantly. So yeah, huge shout out to See the Rain for the majority of these on this list. This does work on most servers. I'm on single player. I think that's why it's not fully functioning as well. But yeah, on servers where it already lags a little bit worse, could you imagine 100 bees just flying around? It crashes the actual server, by the way. It doesn't just do FPS. I think this would actually crash servers. So if you're looking for a great lag machine just to piss off a lot of people, get a bunch of bees. And lastly, I just wanted to go ahead and talk over this because I know that Wildcard is watching this video. I wanted to cover hacking and meshing. If you don't know, ARK has a horrible issue with hacking right now and a terrible issue with meshing and just mesh holes overall. ARK, since you guys are watching, and I know this for a fact because a lot of these things on this list will be patched. If they aren't, then ARK has truly given up on their game. But ARK, why do you guys refuse to fix hacking? Why are you guys refusing to fix mesh holes? Or just meshing in general? These are two of the biggest issues in this game. It's an issue with many games, but for the most part, you guys don't care to even address it. You don't care to even try to fix this. Why? These hacking things that I've seen, I've actually almost been sold one before. I have people that reach out to me, and I almost bought one for a video just to show you guys what it does. Still might do it, by the way. But these are basically giving people a giant, just kind of, well, how do I say this? It's basically a platform, so it's kind of like a mod in a way, and it gives them a bunch of hacks. Like you have aimbot, you have flying, all kinds of stuff, and it's just a big list that players can choose and pick what they want to do. It's insanely simple to do, by the way. I could go pay 10 bucks for it and get one right now. It's that simple. A lot of these people are doing this on ARK, and that is actually what's killing the entire point of this game. It's what's killing it for me. It's what's killing it for many other players. Then you have stuff like mesh holes. Mesh holes are everywhere. It's these tiny little holes you can find everywhere. You can just go straight through it, go right under the mesh. ARK, why do you guys refuse to fix these? Well, you have many tickets that are constantly being sent in with mesh holes, and you don't fix them. In fact, many of my videos that I've covered over the past with these crazy rat holes, you guys patch those, which are always the good ones that are actually not that overpowered and make for great base spots for people. You patch those in a week. But you don't patch major mesh holes that are still on maps to this day. Aberration's full of them. The center is full of them. I could name 20 of them right now. I'm not going to for this video because I don't like it. But why do you guys refuse to fix these issues? Now, if you guys are still watching, I just wanted to say, please listen. Please contact us. Or just please, contact the community. Give feedback about what you're going to fix. And hey, we noticed there's a lot of these mesh holes. We're going to fix them. That's all you have to do. Just tell us that you're working on it. That's about it. But yeah, anyways, kind of a bit of a trick one for number 1. I didn't really want to put an exploit there. I just wanted to kind of talk straight to Wildcard because I know that they're going to be watching this video. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully I was able to show you some insane exploits that definitely need to be patched. And yeah, it would mean the world to me if you guys could please subscribe. But anyways, thanks for watching.